COVID was raging outside, but honestly, the real virus was the storm in my mind. I thought I was losing my mind, but I didn't know it was just the beginning. Pregnancy was supposed to be a time of excitement, but for me, it felt like a countdown to panic. Stories about COVID and death, and I'd freeze. The world outside felt dangerous, and the world inside me felt worse. I smiled for photos, but inside, I was crumbling. No one saw it, not even me. The cracks were forming long before my baby arrived. When I finally gave birth, I thought I'd feel relief. But the moment my baby cried, I cried harder. Breastfeeding didn't work. Every attempt ended with frustration, pain, and guilt. I thought, maybe my baby doesn't even want me. I stared at the mirror, hair unwashed, eyes hollow, whispering, "You're already failing." They called it the baby blues, but my blues were getting darker. At 4 weeks postpartum, I finally asked for help. I told the nurse that I couldn't stop crying, that I felt scared of myself sometimes. She smiled and said, "It's just baby blues, honey. It'll pass." But it didn't. Each day felt heavier, the nights longer. The silence in my house wasn't peaceful. It was suffocating. I believed her, and that mistake almost cost me my life. 3 months later, I went back to work. I was running on caffeine and 2 hours of sleep. The commute, the pumping, the pretending, it was all too much. I started snapping at everyone. My anger terrified me. My thoughts scared me more. There were nights I wondered, what if I just didn't wake up? I was scared of what my mind might do next. As a Latina mom, I was raised to be strong, to handle it. But inside, I was collapsing. I was terrified to tell anyone how dark my thoughts had become, because deep down, I thought, if I tell the truth, they'll take my baby away. So I smiled. I cooked. I showed up. And I suffered. I was drowning, and no one even knew I was underwater. 6 months postpartum, I hit rock bottom. I called my doctor again, finally admitting how bad it had gotten. They referred me to therapy, but the wait list was months long. And the system didn't even have a diagnosis code for postpartum depression. I hung up the phone and cried. Not because I was weak, but because I realized I was truly alone. Until one night, I opened Instagram and everything changed. Scrolling through my feed, I found Postpartum Support International. They were running virtual support groups for moms like me. The first time I logged in, I saw faces that looked just as tired, scared, and lost. For the first time in months, I felt seen. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't alone. I was just a mom, trying to survive. And survival slowly turned into healing. Therapy helped, but the thoughts were still there, whispering, pulling me down. I had resisted medication for so long. In my culture, taking antidepressants was seen as weakness. But one night, when those dark thoughts came back louder than ever, I whispered to myself, I want to live. I called my doctor the next morning, and that call saved my life. 2 months later, I met a version of myself I had never known before. With medication, therapy, and my support group, the fog finally lifted. Colors returned, laughter returned, I returned. I started finding joy in small moments, my baby's giggle, the morning light, my own reflection. For the first time, I didn't just love my baby, I loved being her mom. Now I help other moms who are in that same darkness, because no one deserves to suffer alone. If you're in that dark place, please hold on. There's light waiting for you, just like there was for me.